Hey guys, it's CSK001 here, welcome you to part 3 of Destroy All Humans Path of the Furon. Walkthrough with commentary. Last time we did something with Don Stroniero and did a very bad fake accent. Anyway, let's go on and check out the Poxmart now. I'm usually not going to be showing this off though because it's sort of revealing of some of the later weapons we're going to be getting. So I'm not going to go in this too much. We're going to increase his automatic damage. Hit A and then X to purchase. There are all sorts of upgrades you can buy for stuff. I'm usually going to upgrade stuff off screen so that we don't spoil what we're going to be getting later in the game, the later weapons. So that's why I'm going to be doing that. Landing zones are not yet allowed. So if this is the mission I'm thinking of though, this should give us access to the landing zone. So I want to go on and do it before we do the odd job. It would make more sense, I think. Although technically this odd job is so close by, we might as well go on and start it. Of course, odd jobs are not necessary by any means to beat the game, but they are necessary for some of the achievement trophies or to get 100% completion, so just keep that in mind. But you do not have to do them. Remember, this is an all missions run, plus all the challenges and landing zones, so we're going to be doing it.
There is an especially important item I need you to locate. Here. I'll need one of those pet rocks which are so popular.
He wants a pet rock.
No! They're just so adorable. And
wow.
since I'm the only one who can make the modifications to the saucer...
Fine.
I've marked the location of a meteorite crash site on your map. Hurry up, Crypto! Get rid of them! Save my pet rock!
God, I hate like what Fox says in this game sometimes. It's like, what is the point of this? It's just an extra pointless mission or something, I guess. This is one of the more annoying odd jobs I think in the game, and it's the very first one. There is some music that sounds like it's sort of remixed from Destroy All Humans 2. I think some Destroy All Humans 2 music was brought back. Out that way is a military base, but I think we're going to have to go out there anyway later, so... Destroy needs information, maybe?
The meteorite is half buried in debris. Use your weapons to blast free the meteorite.
And gone.
Strange. It appears that this meteorite is immune to the sources of DAHM and your psychokinetic power.
Of course.
Really special.
So now you have to use other objects to push it back to the space dust.
Find a way to push the meteorite to the space dust.
Now can you guys see why I don't like this mission?
The meteorite isn't going to move on its own, Crypto. Maybe if you use psychokinesis to pick up another object, you could push the...
I wonder what he thinks I'm doing right now then. Anyway. I actually saw a commercial for something kind of interesting recently. It was a commercial for, like, Nerf water guns or something. It's really interesting, though, because they're developing, like, battery-powered, full-auto, water guns where they don't need to be pumped. I think that's really cool, because I remember I used to be a fan of, like, using water guns and all, and back, like, 6 or 7 years ago, like, I had the Flash Flood Blaster. It doesn't work anymore. And yes, objects will sometimes just disappear like that, and I can't PK cars yet, so... Humans work just fine if you don't kill them, and now the rock's just gonna go flying randomly, but, oh, whoa, okay, I was, like, stuck in place there for a moment. Let's keep trying to push this, shall we? Come on, come the other way. Look how that bench just, like, phased through that guy. Okay, this is starting to get on my nerves a little bit. But yeah, I remember back when, like 6 or 7 years ago, when I was a fan of using water guns and stuff, like at the pool and all, the Flash Blood Blaster was like one of the best blasters I think you could have at that time because, I mean, I know it wasn't full auto, it was a typical pumping type weapon. It was still cool though. Unfortunately, it broke a few years ago. Doesn't work anymore. Can't hold water. Like, most of my water guns are broken, but most of my Nerf guns still work. Actually, I think all my Nerf guns still work except for, like, one, because... Well, that one... Yeah, that one's broken, actually, but most of them still work. I just think it's kind of cool, though, that they're now, like, full-auto water guns. I mean, just no one ever does, like, what they do in the commercials where they have those, like, really massive freaking battles with water guns. I mean, that would be fun to do, but, I mean, It's kind of stupid though, because I mean, it's just water. It's not like laser tag or something where you can tell if you get hit or something. Laser tag's a lot of fun. I mean, I remember me and, it was about 3 years ago, me and, like one of my good friends, they're two brothers, two twin brothers, and they, oh.
Ow! I hope you're really happy, Pox. I had to smash half a paradiso to bring you that stupid rock.
It's not stupid. Connecting rocks is a perfectly acceptable hobby.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If you're a big dork.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I remember, like, they had, like, a laser tag birthday party when we were all, like, 13 or something. They were two twin brothers. It was fun. It was, like, me, them, and, like, 6 or 7 of my other friends. And the laser tag place was really fun, because they were, like, these, like, 30 or so year old guys. Like, most of them were black, and, like, they were, I'm not trying to be racist, but they were actually, most of them were black, and they were all really, really obnoxious. I'm not trying to be racist, it's just the way it was that day. It was kind of funny, though. I mean, they got, we ended up beating them, which was really funny. I actually did, like, a dive roll attack and, like, shot one of them with it, which was really funny. Like, I sort of rolled on my side across an intersection and shot a guy while I rolled. It was really funny, but I haven't played laser tag in, like, 2 or 3 years. Anyway, let's go talk to Pox here for yet another tutorial.
Crypto, if you remember, idols of the great arkvoodle like dormant scattered all.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. Placed eons ago to mark landing zones for future invasions. I find them, jump through some hoops for arkvoodle, and bam, I get a new landing zone for the saucer. It seems like we ought to just be able to land where we want to.
Exactly.
Sacred son of arkvoodle, by the holy book of Pedanta, it pleases me to see thee back in action. Thou knowest the drill, boy. Seek inactive landing zones like this one, festooned with my likeness. Heed my will, and the benevolent and most groovy arkvoodle of the sacred crotch shall activate them for thee.
Of course, arkvoodle is the lord of the sacred crotch. It's a tutorial. You got a problem with that. I told you, they make fun of themselves a lot in this game, which I think is kind of funny.
The humans go too far with their mockery of the great arkvoodle of the sacred crotch. They stuff pennies into my mouth, pull on my sacred voodoo noodle, and berate me when I don't pay out.
I hope you guys just heard that sound of me hitting my head.
Slot machine idols from mine sight, thus commands the great arkvoodle.
Because that was a very wrong way to start the video.
Crypto, I have just created a new weapon you might find useful.
Created? You just brought it back from the last games. The Disintegrator Ray, of course, along with the Zapmatic, is one of the 4 weapons that's in every Destroy All Humans game. With this, though, you have to transmog for ammo by holding down the X button over transmogrifiable objects, although 125 is currently the maximum you can have. Disintegrator Ray, I would consider to be the 3rd most effective weapon in the game. It fires straight, it's highly powerful, and it's the only weapon that can harm a couple of the bosses. It's full auto, it's relatively fast, it's good power, but it doesn't sort of lock on to enemies like the Zapmatic, and you can't hit multiple enemies with one shot, but it's still pretty good power. It also doesn't jar enemies in place, but as I said before, I think it's about the 3rd best weapon in the game.
Eradicated the pagan slot machine idols. In return, I grant you a new landing zone to summon your wicked ride.
Yay! So, let me go on and transmog for a little more ammo. You only have to hold it down, too, which is nice. You no longer have to mash the button constantly. Now that we have the ability to, I'm going to go on and activate the other landing zones. Those blue dots are the landing zones. So I'm going to go on and activate those probably for the rest of the video, so that's going to take up pretty much the rest of the video. I know this one wasn't that interesting. We only got through, like, mission and odd job and all, but, anyway. Not really much to talk about here. We're just going to fly out to a landing zone and then do something for arkvoodle. I do think, though, this game does a lot pretty good with the humor. Like, at times maybe even funnier than Destroy All Humans 2. I haven't really tested out the anal probe yet, but we'll get to in a moment.
Son of arkvoodle, my once driving distro beat has suffered a loss of pelvis pulsing power due to this godforsaken dry heat.
Charge up his generators.
Thou shalt prove. I remember the first time I was kindled in such an arousing manner. It was during the 7th solar cycle of
Once again, very wrong. There are definitely places that I think are really funny, but I've played through the game 2 or 3 times now. Okay, this water won't kill you, but played through the game enough times to remember sort of what he says at these points and to realize that sometimes it's just stupid. I do think Nero's Palazzo is Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. I remember, the only reason I know about sort of what it is the school, my school, we have apparently a really good theater department, and we have some pretty good actors, actresses, and singers. But what was so stupid is, like, the high school does, artifact, we'll see how many of these I can end up collecting by the end of the game, probably like less than 20, but literally, like, we do one drama, wow, another one, okay. We do one drama and one musical every year in the high school. And the musical, I think, was like Hairspray, and I don't know if it was any good or not. I don't ever go to theater stuff. I mean, I hate theater. Not trying to be offensive to anyone who likes it, but I freaking hate theater. It's just really boring to me. I don't find it interesting. I prefer movies. Usually more action-packed. Even though theater, I think, probably takes more skill to perform well in, because it's all live. And it's not like you can just keep taking takes, but you have to do it right on the first try. So I commend theater actors for that. That's definitely a big thing. So when it comes to shooting these guys with the anal probe, you have to
Take me to your leader.
oh crap, fence. You can hold down the button to lock on at least one anal probe. Eventually we'll be able to lock on more than that. By doing that, it will kill them. Pretty cool. It's a nice weapon. But once again, it's really kind of ineffective because you don't get a whole lot of ammo for it, is the first problem. And secondly, I mean, the ammo recharges at a specific rate. I don't think you can transmog for it, which is sort of a problem. Come on, hit him. Yes! Did it. It's kind of funny, but I don't find it to be one of the best weapons. I mean, as I said before, I think it's probably the worst weapon or close to it, because it's kind of ineffective. I just like the Zap-O-Matic a lot better than Disintegrator and one other weapon really well. I'm not going to spoil that, though, because it's a little bit later on. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of theater, but what they did was they converted Shakespeare's A Comedy of Errors into a modern setting. Like, they converted it into the modern setting of Las Vegas. Yeah, it was probably about the worst play I've seen at my school ever. And it really, honestly, wasn't very good. I mean, the actors and all, they did fine as acting, but in terms of the storyline and all, it was really stupid. Oh, here I can show off one of the DAHMs, the DAHMs. There are 8 of these in the game. I'll try to remember what all of them are and show them all off, but I don't remember what all of them are off the top of my head, so I'll do my best to remember them. That's one of them, though. And you get an achievement for each one, and then you get an additional achievement for after getting all 8. There's like 4 of these throughout the entire game, which is not how Destroy All Humans 2 was, but Destroy All Humans 2, though, I think the landing zones were usually, like, so easy you didn't even need it. Yeah, it wasn't a very good play, though. I didn't really like it that much. But, anyways, I think that's probably enough for this video, guys. So, we activated all the landing zones around Paradiso, and we did a little bit more, and we did that first odd job. So next time we will continue working on the missions, because we have 5 missions, 2 odd jobs, and all 3 challenges to do. So that's what we'll start working on next time. See you guys.